Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the unfolding war for Call of Duty. Now this is actually pretty important because, well, these are the two major console giants basically going head to head for pretty much the largest gaming franchise on the planet. Call of Duty is a perennial #1 best-selling game year after year, and even though it's going away from its annual release schedule towards a biannual release schedule, obviously there's still a lot of money to be made in the Call of Duty franchise. I mean, having it on your platform is definitely a massive boost, as the people over at PlayStation have realized. Now, many of you are probably aware that Microsoft has been attempting to acquire Activision Blizzard. This would be a major shift in the gaming industry, providing Microsoft with direct access to many of the top gaming franchises in the world, including World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Overwatch, Crash Bandicoot, and even more other than that. So, as it stands right now, I'm not totally sure if Microsoft's deal is going to go through. It might end up getting shut down due to like a monopoly concern and whatnot, but if Microsoft is able to land Activision, this could be a major worrying sign for PlayStation. And this is because, well, they didn't really confirm that PlayStation will always have Call of Duty. In fact, Phil Spencer of Xbox confirmed that future Call of Duty games would join Xbox's Game Pass and launch on PlayStation the same day, but they only really guaranteed a few more years of PlayStation getting access to Call of Duty. Now, this ended up actually upsetting the folks over at PlayStation, as they raised concerns on why this could be anti-competitive and why this could be a problem for the market. Obviously, if Microsoft is in control of the future of the Call of Duty franchise, they could determine whether or not they want Call of Duty to even release on PlayStation at all. And this is a big worry for PlayStation because, once again, Call of Duty is a perennial top-selling game. If you're PlayStation, you want access to Call of Duty for as long as you can get it. Well, I mean, honestly, if you're anybody who is selling video games or is running a video game platform, you want Call of Duty for as long as you can get it. And the problem for PlayStation right now is if Microsoft does acquire Activision Blizzard, they have the executive power to essentially decide to stop releasing Call of Duty games on PlayStation. Now, this would not happen for multiple years in the hypothetical scenario. Keep in mind, this is not confirmed that it'll happen. It's still a hypothetical. It's just a worry that PlayStation fans and the company itself has. But at the same time, it's an understandable worry. It's an understandable concern. I mean, once again, you just can't give up the top-selling game like that. I mean, if your competitor takes that from you, that's huge. Now, there's basically two ways to look at it, in my opinion, right? You know, PlayStation's worried that they only have a couple more years of guaranteed Call of Duty at all on the platform. They're worried Microsoft's going to take it for like a Game Pass exclusive and whatnot. If you're PlayStation, one thing that I think soothes your mind in a way here is the fact that Xbox more or less needs Call of Duty on PlayStation than they're willing to admit. Let's be serious here. PlayStation accounts for a pretty good portion of Call of Duty sales. Maybe not the majority, maybe not all of them, but they still provide a pretty good amount. I mean, you're still talking about millions of copies of your game being sold on these platforms. You don't really want to just take that away, right? So if you're Sony here, that kind of eases your mind. Like, would they really throw away that big portion of money to make this a Game Pass exclusive? Now, the problem with this is Microsoft really might. Microsoft really might have it in mind that this could be a Game Pass exclusive, an Xbox exclusive, if you will, and this could be a huge blow to Sony if it happens. Now, the only problem with this is kind of the concern about Microsoft becoming a gaming monopoly if they do acquire Activision Blizzard, which is something that people have brought up. If they have the capability to basically steal Call of Duty from PlayStation at any time, what incentive do they have to really compete with PlayStation, right? Because at any given time, they could just pull the top-selling game off of Sony's platform and just make it an Xbox exclusive. Now, that totally could happen, but it's not going to happen for years. And once again, Phil Spencer recently confirmed that future Call of Duty entries would be joining Game Pass, but would still launch on PlayStation the same day. Now, keep in mind, earlier this year, there were reports of Activision basically wanting to put Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 2023, and Warzone 2 on PlayStation, and then basically leave the future up to interpretation or whatever after that. So that's kind of what's worrying PlayStation fans. The war is kind of heating up. PlayStation probably doesn't want this deal to go through, and it'd be huge for Microsoft if it did, but we'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with this and what really unfolds before we go any further with this. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about the war over Call of Duty and signing out.